Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! 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 Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and it's time to get into the Rankin Bass features for the day. First off, the classic 1964 Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, featuring Burl Ives, Billy Mae Richards, Paul Soles, Larry Mann, and Stan Francis. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. It is the first of the month, and like I've said before, we are coming out hot and heavy and swinging for the fences. You already saw my review of episode 2 of the Santa Clauses today, episode entitled Chapter 2, The Successes Clause. And now we've got a triple feature of Rankin Bass classics for you, starting off with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And as our movie opens, Donner, who is Santa's lead reindeer, and his wife have a brand new fawn who they name Rudolph. But they are surprised to discover that he was born with a glowing red nose. Ashamed, Donner attempts to cover Rudolph's nose, first with mud, and then later he uses a fake nose, attempting to help Rudolph fit in with the other reindeer. The following spring, Rudolph goes out for the reindeer games, where the new fawns learn how to fly and are scouted by Santa for future sleigh duty. At the reindeer games, Rudolph meets a doe named Clarice, who tells him that he is cute, allowing Rudolph to fly. While he celebrates with the other bucks, Rudolph's fake nose pops off, causing the other reindeer to mock him and for Coach Comet to expel him. Rudolph then meets and joins Hermie, a misfit elf who left Santa's workshop because he wants to be a dentist, as well as Yukon Cornelius, a prospector who has spent his entire life searching for silver and gold. After escaping the abominable snow monster, all three land on the island of Misfit Toys, which is a place where unwanted and unloved toys reside with their ruler, a winged lion named King Moonracer, who brings the toys to the island until he can find homes and children who will love them. King Moonracer allows the trio to stay just one night on the island, under the stipulation that they ask Santa to find homes for them. However, Rudolph leaves on his own, worried that his nose will endanger his friends. Time passes, and Rudolph is now a young stag, and he returns home to discover that his parents and Clarice have been out searching for him. He then travels to the cave of the abominable snow monster, where they are being held captive. Rudolph attempts to rescue Clarice until the monster knocks him down with a stalactite. Hermie and Yukon eventually show up with a plan to help Rudolph. Hermie lures the monster out of the cave by imitating the sound of a pig, and then pulls out the teeth of the abominable snow monster after Yukon knocks him out. Yukon then drives the toothless monster back over a cliff, and he falls over with it. Rudolph, Hermie, Clarice, and the Donners then return home, where everyone apologizes to them. Yukon then returns to Christmastown with a tamed abominable snow monster, now trained to trim a Christmas tree, explaining that the Mounster's bouncing ability saved both of their lives. Christmas Eve comes, and while everybody is celebrating, Santa announces that a big snowstorm is approaching, forcing him to cancel Christmas. Blinded by Rudolph's bright nose, Santa changes his mind and asks Rudolph to lead his sleigh team. Rudolph accepts, and their first stop is the island of misfit toys. Santa collects the toys and then proceeds to deliver them to children around the world who will love them as our movie comes to its end. Where to even begin with this one? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is one that I have loved and I have cherished ever since I was a young boy. Until I discovered our video on YouTube at least a decade ago, probably a little bit longer than that now, that was entitled Santa is a Dick. And all the evidence was from this special. Now, when you're young, you don't think much about it because you know the song, you know how everybody teases Rudolph and gives him a hard time, and then he saves the day. And granted, that song is what this special is based off of, so you're going to get a whole bunch of that. But when you watch the video and you look at everything that this guy throws in front of you, it's like, man, Santa in this special is a grade A prick. Let's think about it for a second. We first meet Santa showing up in the Donner's cave right after Rudolph is born. He doesn't say much to them. He immediately bursts out into a song about himself. Then at the reindeer games, he watches Rudolph have his takeoff, and he is so impressed until his nose falls off. And he tells Donner that you should be ashamed. Treating your lead reindeer like that? And then you fast forward and you listen to the elves singing their song for Santa. We are Santa's elves. Just this entire song of praise about how much they love working for Santa. And he's like, it needs work. Mrs. Claus has to tell the head elf, don't change a thing, it's perfect. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Just to try to save their feelings. And all the way till the very end. Yeah, Santa asks him to lead the sleigh team. But it's not because it's what's right. It's what works best for Santa. He's not doing it to give Rudolph any kind of honor, any kind of praise, to apologize, even though he does in the movie apologize to him. He's doing it because Rudolph knows his deformity now benefits him. Bro, this Santa's a prick. It's right there in front of us. And for those of you that have never noticed it before, go back and rewatch it now that you've heard all that. And notice just how big of a prick Santa really is. He is a grade A douchebag. On a lighter note, me and the guys in the old Casa, Stat Boy, Jeff, Double A especially, always loved this because there was a time when me and Double A had gone to a wrestling show. And we got to meet the lovely Rosa Mendez. And he was kind of playfully flirting with her. And she happened to tell him that he was cute. Much like Clarice tells Rudolph in this. And man, it is something that Double A just would not let go. So we began to tease him about it. Much in the same way that Rudolph says it here. I'm cute. I'm cute. She said I'm cute. That was double A after getting that little nod from Rosa Mendez, if you will. But I mean, all in all, Santa's presence notwithstanding, let's block that out for a minute. This is a classic. I mean, you've got Burl Ives singing Holly Jolly Christmas and Silver and Gold and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You've got the We're on the Island of Misfit Toys song. You've got We Are Santa's Elves. You even have the momentum killing There's Always Tomorrow song that Clarice sings. And while a great song, don't get me wrong, on its own, it's precious. There's always tomorrow for dreams to come true. Believe in your dreams, come what may. It just brings the show to a halt, though. And because of that, when it comes to my rating for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, it only gets 4.5 out of 5 stars. I can overlook the Santa thing because for years I never even noticed it until it was smacked right into my face. That song, though, just brings everything to a screeching halt. If it wasn't for that song, I would give this 5 stars. But that song kills it for me. What do you guys think of the classic, the legendary Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. But let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that interaction in the comments below that I'm always asking you for. And please make sure you don't go anywhere here today, because coming up at the top of the half hour will be another episode of Renegades Reviews. And this time we'll be discussing the Rankin Bass story, The Origin of Santa Claus in Santa Claus is Coming to Town, featuring the voices of Fred Astaire, Mickey Rooney, Paul Frees, and others. And then following that, we still have in store for you The Oft Forgotten 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, featuring the voices of Joel Grey, George Gobel, and Tammy Grimes, amongst others. You don't want to miss out on any of that content right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel on all new episodes of Renegades Reviews. I've said it before, I'll say it again. So much good stuff in store for you today, tomorrow, and all month long. So make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that notification bell is turned on so you don't miss out on any of the content that's going to drop right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel or anytime we go live, as is the case with Statboy Sports Bar, Open Mic Night, pay-per-view PLE coverage, etc. Share these videos with your family, friends, loved ones, coworkers, movie fanatics, cinephiles, anybody you can think of in your life that would enjoy these videos. Fans of the Rankin Bass shorts, fans of the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer story, fans of Burl Ives, share this video with them. It's the only way we're going to boost my visibility up in YouTube's algorithms so I can eventually get monetized and make some money. Thank you once again to everybody who joined me here today. I know I've been giving you a lot and there's so much more in store, but I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. And I will see you guys next time.